some fun. I'm not the kind to be worried, cause worry is only a waste of my time. I don't know what to do. You're beating my brain and it drives me insane when you touch me this way. No one can see when you don't.
Hello, welcome to the Becky and Boca Show. I am here with recording artist Kendra Erika, and we are in Meisner Park in front of the amphitheater because I thought that would be a comfortable place for you in front of a stage.
Listen, it's all about manifesting here.
And hopefully we're going to be able to finish this before we get interrupted.
Hey!
I see on your social media you're always somewhere. You were in LA recently, right?
Yes, performing in a live venue. I know it's kind of strange speaking within a year and a half of what's been going on to say that, but it's actually great to say that because music just needs to be heard and experienced live. So
it was a terrible thing, the whole COVID lockdown for entertainers, because I know a few and they're basically out of work for a long time because if you can't perform for a live audience, I mean, that's your whole thing. Isn't that like what makes you feel good, what makes it gives you feedback and makes everything fun?
That's what just, legitimizes everything as an entertainer. I was just in LA doing more collaborations, working with Damon Sharp, who I've done all my Billboard stuff with, including Self-Control, which did go to #1. I also was working with Chris Garcia, who I did my song Gemini with, which is my latest release that just released it back in May. But and then I was working with Andrew Kirk, who did Closer with the Chainsmokers. And
oh wow!
So I did a couple of tracks with him, and we're wrapping those up in the beginning of October in Nashville, just doing minor touch-ups on some vocals. But just getting back into the swing of things is really important, and what's incredible is that not only is music coming back, but also theater and Broadway.
Yes, I know. Isn't it wonderful?
It's making its grand revival. So and tenfold actually.
Oh, that's fantastic. So you have, I know that song that you sent me today. I really loved it. You were doing a duet with, who is that?
With Constantine from American Idol.
That was amazing.
Yeah.
Not only did I love the music, but the two of you together sounded
We definitely have a multi-level chemistry when it comes to that, like showmanship and everything. And it's really interesting because with Broadway making a resurgence right now, and being that theater and musical theater is a it's ingrained in me. It's my roots and all that jazz. No pun intended. But I wanted to take a Broadway song from one of my most cherished Broadway shows, which is Wicked, and kind of why I'm sporting the green a little bit.
I love the outfit.
Yes, Emerald City. But I took a song, As Long As You're Mine. It's a duet. It's between Elphaba of Fiyero, and I wanted to do a sort of dance anthemic spin on it. Just to spearhead the resurgence of Broadway, and
I like that,
and to really not just speak to the Broadway patrons, but also to patrons of the dance floor and people that just want to get back out there and just dance it up and have an intimate dynamic with someone that they fancy. So
okay, give me a quick history on how you got into this business.
So
you're from Boca Raton.
I'm from Boca Raton.
Okay.
I started in community theater, and also I did my share of theater credit dues in high school and in college as well, in St. Andrews and in Lynn University. homegrown.
I love that, but that's what I love about you. You take
so-
it all the way to LA and you're out there performing and I see you and I'm like, oh, she's from Boca.
I just spread the love, spread the Boca vibes. And then just from performing in local venues and all that, I then just started gigging. My first actual gig, like paid gig, it was like steady gig, was at Renzo's in Boca.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I started that when I was 15 or 16.
Really?
I went there with my parents, and that particular night that we went, it was a karaoke night.
Oh.
So, as you can probably already foresee and foreshadow, I got up there and I did Time to Say Goodbye by Andrea Bocelli.
Oh, wow.
And I got a standing ovation because I was like 15, 16, like doing this song, and it was just like, that can come out of her.
No, you have a beautiful voice.
After I did that, you know, Renzo comes over and he's like, I have a proposition. And he just basically laid it all out. He said, listen, I lost my Sunday singer recently, and would you want to fulfill that position? And from then on forward, people from, you know, across the lands of Boca would come in and hear me perform.
I know you became very well known around here.
And then it just started creating a series of windows and opportunities from there.
I remember seeing you in a little wine bar over here.
Vino, yeah.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah, that was, I actually got the news that Self-Control went to #1 when I was singing at Vino.
At Vino? Oh,
Yeah.
so good memories for you.
Great memories, because I believe every Thursday night was my night.
It
and-
was, because I used to
yeah.
have a show in the studio on Thursday nights and I would
Yeah.
come by there afterwards and see you.
For sure. And every Thursday night, that's when the Billboard news would come out.
Oh.
And I just remember singing. I was mid song, and I could just see my mom's face light up because she got the news from my promoter, and she comes up after I was done singing a song, and she said, yeah, Self-Control went to #1. And
Your parents must be very proud of you. I know they're some of your biggest supporters.
They really are. They are just so solid, you know, and
That's important.
and they keep me. They really do keep me grounded, which is superior in
You're very lucky.
in this business. Like
Yeah.
being humble is superior. It's very it's a paradox that works very well. So
No, it's nice to have a good support
Yeah.
system. That's why I think you're going to do really well. One of the reasons, also, you're very talented. And you have the look, too.
Oh, well,
You have the look and the voice. I know it's a big, rough world out there to try to make it in this business, but
many big cities.
yeah, I know you've performed in Miami,
Yes.
correct?
I performed in Miami. I opened for Jason Derulo for the Boys and Girls Club. That was
Oh,
a
wow.
couple years ago. I opened for him, and also prior to that, I opened for Cody Simpson. But that was when I was doing all my bubblegum pop days, and I was like, instead of Hannah Montana, I was like Kendra, Kentucky. So I'm like, I started from opera or classical, then
Yeah, well,
bubblegum
that's what I
pop,
love
and
about
then
it.
With As Long As Your Mind coming out with the duet I did with Constantine,
Beautiful.
it's merging the two worlds and two sounds together, that dance and also that Broadway root
Yeah.
sounds.
So you've kind of got your own thing going on there that's unique to you.
It just makes it my own, which is
Right.
every artist's dream and you know, and Credence and Battle Cry is to have that own sense of originality. So everything is.
Oh, you are very original.
Oh.
Yeah, and you're not like
Oh.
anyone else.
Oh, thank you.
Then the music is a little bit different too. So I think that's what makes you unique, and we'll take you to the top.
I appreciate that that you recognize that, and not for recognizing it, but just for you know, for being being so just genuine when you say that.
I do. I listen to your stuff and I love it, and I know you're going to be huge. I just know it. And you know, but you have the look and you have the personality and you have the music. It's all there. When you're super famous, you come back to Boca and you do an interview with Becky in Boca again.
I will make sure that I fit this in.
Okay, you come back. Yeah, we got that on tape. So when you were out in LA like last week, right? What you were doing there? Playing in venues?
So I was mainly out there to just to collaborate, get more content under the belt and in the arsenal to release, because that momentum is super important, especially during the Kung Fu flu.
Kung Fu flu.
I managed to still write and record 5 songs. I did So-Fly and Avalanche and Song of Hope. I did those remotely, and I also did a couple others that have yet to been released. But I wanted to make it a steady point to keep that movement going, because it's so important, especially in a creative field. Everything, like the mind and the creativity just has to keep on flowing, and that's the fluidity that I wanted to keep constant through whatever times we were going through.
What's it like in LA out there now?
It's actually better than New York, I have to say.
Yeah?
I mean, if you like freedom and if you like living your life, LA was better than New York. But I mean, we're all starting to open up in our own ways. So, but LA was fine. No one really bothered me about anything. I was still able to do what I needed to do. And I really do feel that the energy is coming back, because when I was there in November of last year, you could really feel like the draconianness of it all.
Yeah.
And the last night that I was there, I'll never forget this. I was at a restaurant that I love to go to, and the waitress that I had, she said, "Ma'am, we just want to let you know that after tonight we will be going back to just doing a takeout and curbside pickup." And
no.
And I'm like, well, see you suckers, I'm going back to Florida. So I was like, that's
one thing about Florida. It doesn't close.
It doesn't close. It's as if nothing really
I
happened.
know. We just kind of ignore it here.
Yeah.
Don't say anything in the comments. It's a very serious thing, but Florida has remained open, which is kind of nice.
Yeah, it's great.
So Kendra, tell me, what is your life like? I try to picture, like, you're doing this full time, right?
Yes.
Okay, so what is a typical day for you?
I'd just like to either work out or go to the gym.
I've seen you at the gym.
Yeah. LA Fitness.
We go to the same gym.
Whenever I'm in California, I just love to hike. Like the last time I was in LA, I didn't even, my foot didn't even go past the LA Fitness threshold because
you could just hike and get.
Because I love hiking. I'm like, can we make some mountains here?
Right. That'd be a little. You can walk in these parking decks.
Yeah.
You travel a lot,
Yeah.
or are you here most of the time, or are you in New York? Are you in LA? Are you in other cities?
I am mostly in LA and New York. I'm aiming for New York in the next couple days.
Oh, wow.
To do press and TV and radio with Constantine, and also to promote our project coming up. It's called As Long As You're Mine. It'll be released on September 14th.
Ooh, is that with Constantine?
Yes.
Okay.
And also I have some Fashion Week affairs to attend to,
Nice.
as well as just other just press circuit opportunities and all that great stuff. So
it's a nice time of year to kind of get out of Florida. It's a little warm here.
It's a little humid.
It was also raining up until right about now, so we have that
Yeah,
that South
but
Florida late in the day rain.
But it stopped for us.
It
which
stopped
is-
and it's cool out here,
Which is a sign.
and nobody's kicked us out.
Nobody.
Not
nobody.
yet.
Well, I have these knockers on.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Okay, so where do you see yourself maybe 5 years from now?
You just have to let the universe
Let it
do its
happen.
thing. You know?
I agree.
Because when you put little expectations out there, it's hard to really like manage those and get yourself. But you just have to let things happen. I'm just let go and let God. I mean, especially with what our world just went through. I mean, we were all affected by that. So and
Do you ever think anything like that would ever happen?
I
It's
know, but like
crazy.
it's like everyone was affected by it. It's not just like, oh, this
Right,
person was
the
affected
entire
by
world.
it and this person wasn't. But yes, even before COVID, I was always like, okay, I need to make this happen at this age, and then like I was putting timetables on myself, and then I just like everyone else, we're having this sort of like spiritual awakening, I feel, and we're now just starting to understand the ways of the universe a little bit better. So
And that none of us have any control
Yes.
over things like this virus.
Exactly.
Took over the world, changed
Especially
everything.
Especially for the most highest, OCD,
Right.
victims out there.
I was putting on hand sanitizer yesterday while I was shopping, and I was like, I used to think people were crazy that did that. Remember Michael Jackson was always wearing a mask
yeah.
and hand sanitizing? Now we're doing it everywhere. It's become normal.
Yeah, especially whenever I would travel, I would like wipe things down. I would sanitize because like I need to do stuff with this, and if this.
Oh yeah, if anything happens to that, you're in trouble.
So that's why I always made it a point to keep myself Mr. and Mrs. Clean.
I think we're all a lot cleaner than we used to be because of this.
Definitely.
Hopefully we won't have to do this forever, but who knows?
Yeah. as long as we're clean, mean, immune machines.
Immune. Okay, so how many songs have you released?
I've released. Okay, let me see it.
Quite a few.
In terms of Billboard, I've had 5 top 10
Wow.
charting singles on the Billboard Dance Chart, and
Wow.
and counting. The Billboard the Billboard Dance Panel is actually on a pause right now because since clubs aren't really happening. They are actually they are open in Vegas right now.
Clubs are open?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're open in.
They weren't open in LA?
They are open in LA, and also in New York as well. So I'm seeing a resurgence of the Billboard Dance Panel as well coming back.
Oh, good.
But with the American Dance Chart side of things being frozen, my song "So Fly" is now charting in Europe right now.
That's a great song.
and it's flying. No pun intended.
Oh,
So,
congratulations!
yeah, so
But
that's-
I knew it would. It's an amazing song.
So that's catching some fire right now, which is wonderful. It's a great tune. Even if
Yes, it is.
even if I didn't sing it, I would still dance to it.
You'd still like it.
Yeah. So
Okay. Anything else you want to say before we wrap this up?
I just want to say, stay tuned for what I have pumping through the wavelength. You can follow me on my website at KendraErika.com, on Twitter at Kendra Erika, Instagram Kendra Erika, and Facebook Kendra Erika Music. And as any prominent mob boss would say, just Google me.
Okay, well, thank you for sitting down with me. I've been trying to
Thank
get you
you,
for a while.
Becky.
There's been so much going on, and you're always out of town. So,
Our schedules
yep.
parallel.
I know, it worked. It worked. And we did it right here in Meisner Park, and nobody bothered us.
Absolutely, no one bothered. No one bothered us.
I really enjoyed catching up with you. I love your music. I love your whole look. I love your style. I know you're gonna do really, really well, and it's nice to see an original person come from Boca Raton and get out there and put great things out in the world. So.
Well, I appreciate that, and thank you so much for having me.
Okay, all right, everybody, from Meisner Park, Becky and Boca Show, Kendra Erika, bye-bye.
Tonight I'm gonna act like I don't have you on my mind, and see if I forget you. Gonna have me some fun. I'm not the kind to be worried, cause worry is only a waste of my time. I'm taking numbers, my heart has been buried, but that shit ain't stopping my grind. What goes up must come down, don't mind